All right, you guys, welcome back. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Raven.
And this is City Culture. Welcome, you guys.
Thank you. So good to be here.
Yes.
We have two wonderful female guests today. Powerhouses of Ocean Springs.
Yes.
Doing wonderful things for the community. We want to start by introducing you guys. My guest is Cathy Wildshutz.
Oh, you even said it right.
Thank you.
Did you practice?
She was my partner at one point.
That's right.
I mean, it was very fast-lived, or short-lived, but you know, it was a good time and good things came from it.
Yes.
She'll share about that here in a minute.
Yes.
Raven, who do you have today?
I have Roxy Condrey. She is.
Doesn't that need music behind it? I mean, when your name is Roxy, you should have a theme song.
Chicago.
Do you have a theme song? I know.
I do not, but yes.
Yes. I'll play that at the end.
Sorry, Tina.
So, we want y'all to introduce yourselves and just tell us a little bit about you and what you do in Ocean Springs. You go first, Roxy.
All right, put me on the spot.
Sure did.
It's okay. It's just about yourself.
So, Roxy Condrey, and we have a real estate company here, Rain Residential. That's how we got started.
Who is we?
My husband and I. Thank you. So Ted is my husband. He's my partner in the real estate company. We do real estate sales, property management, and got into hotel management and development many years ago now. Surprisingly, it's gone by so fast.
And you guys are still married.
I know. It is amazing. Yes, and we're very different in our way we do business, so it's amazing that we're able to like merge that. But we now have a couple hotels downtown, boutique hotels, and really enjoy that side of the business as well. So we develop hotels and own them and manage those as well.
Awesome.
That sounded so formal. What you really do is you create an essence in these beautiful buildings, and it's such a vibe. I was going to say it.
That's very kind.
A vibe creator. Put that on the bottom of your business card.
Yes.
We talk a lot about vibe. So.
Yes, exactly.
I can help you design that business card. Kathy, you want to introduce yourself?
Okay. So I am a personal trainer here in Ocean Springs. I used to work for the Y and did a lot of classes there as well. But I've kind of been all over. I've been in Ocean Springs for 16 years. So I've kind of done a little bit of everything. I'm also with the comeback coolers. I mean, I'm just I'm just a community person. And I just started my studio because of the Mary C.
Okay, studio name?
Studio name Naturally Guided Health. And I'm right down the street, still in downtown, which I was so blessed to get that spot. And I get to do classes with people and personal training and whatever I want.
Your personal training is a little different. It's very specific.
It is. So I do focus on people with wisdom, you know.
I love that.
We're going to have to start using that to Kenny and Patty. Sorry.
People
we
with
are
wisdom.
becoming one. Our brain.
That's right. And I do, I really specialize in like rehab after rehab. So if somebody has a replacement of a part on their body and they need to have rehab, they go to their physical therapist, and then what do you do next? Right. They kind of get stuck. They get left out. And so I'm kind of the gap that gets them back to full life.
For
full
a very
mobility.
affordable price.
It's
not like normal physical therapy.
Right. You know? And that's the point. I want everyone to be able to come in. I do a lot of getting to the floor and up.
That's a huge thing.
Getting to the restroom and up. You know, we don't think about it at this age, but, you know, as we gain that wisdom, that also comes with pain and injury and lots of things that we don't think about. And so we have to deal with those things.
Days now. I'm achy all over.
Come on.
Every day I think my whole
here.
body hurts.
Oh my
God. What's happening to me?
You're getting older.
Wiser.
Yes.
I like how
I'm just getting so wise.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm having to like TikTok how to like stretch out stress from my hips.
Okay, the point that you're going to TikTok to get that.
What? Don't you
mean,
guys?
it's 30 seconds
Thank
full
you.
of information.
From experts.
From experts.
Definitely.
So can you guys tell us how long you've been in Ocean Springs and if you've raised families here?
Yes. So I've been here, I think it's 17 years now.
Oh my goodness.
And I know it went by really quick.
From where?
So we're originally from Louisiana.
Oh, nice.
In North Louisiana, kind of the Delta area, and had moved to Florida, and we're doing real estate there, and came after Katrina.
Oh,
and
wow.
we're going to be here 1 year. So that was our plan, but fell in love with Ocean Springs. So we didn't have kids when we came, and just found Ocean Springs and fell in love with it, and then ended up staying and doing the business and raising our kids here.
And how many kids do you have now?
2. So we have an 8 and a 9-year-old.
Nice.
Oh, back to back.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. About to be 10.
Are you going to finish my sentences
Nope.
now? Very
Yes.
cool. What about you, Cathy?
My story is really similar. So we came after Katrina. Ingalls recruited my husband, and so we came. I worked for a company out of Florida and Chicago, so I traveled a lot, didn't have children, and then we decided we were going to have kids, and we have a almost 11 next month and a 13, 11 and 13. And so we've been here 16 years, and we tried to get out. We were only here for 2 years, and then the economy totally crashed in 2009, and my husband was like, oh, well, that trip to California isn't going to happen. And so we just started traveling with Ingalls, actually, and was living in California like 6 months out of the year, and living here, kept trying, and then we had kids, and then it was like, oh, I don't really want to raise a kid there. I really, you value
changes
things.
everything.
It changed everything.
Yes.
Right. So we ended up staying, and I quit my huge job and corporate job and raised my kids. And now it's time for me to.
What made you not want to raise your kids in California?
We were living in a very, most of it's populated in California, but extremely populated. And you don't know who your neighbors are there, really.
Yeah.
I think at the Cappuccino and Cops the other day, Chief Dunstan was saying, here, if your car gets broken into, it's because it's unlocked.
Yeah.
In California, if your car gets broken into, it's because it was sitting in the street.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just that's a different culture. And so I always had to be outside with my kids, always had to be in their face and kind of helicopter mom, Here, my kids can go play in the
Bigger's
neighborhood.
not always better.
Right. I just don't have, and we have a lot more space, right? We have property, and so my kids can do what they want and build tree houses and, all of that. And California just did not lend to that. Now, we had many opportunities there for many other things,
Right.
but when it comes down to stability and safety for family, this was the community. Everybody knew my kids. Everybody knows my kids. Everybody knows me. If my kids do something wrong, I'm sure you feel the same way.
Absolutely.
I'm on speed dial. You know what I mean? That's important to me.
And you guys, I think both of you are people who feed into the community. And if you don't have that smaller community to do that, we get lost, as humans.
Right. Right.
It's absolutely true. Originally, I think we moved when we got here, it was because of the natural beauty that we were like, oh, wait, we're going to stay here for a minute. We'll be here a year. And I fell in love with the oak trees, and just, I think it's magical in Ocean Springs, but we definitely stayed because of the community. There's no questions like that. We had a home in Florida, and we're in the Panhandle area, and it was beautiful and I loved it. But at the same time, the sense of community was different. And getting here and realizing just what wonderful people live here and what makes up this community is why we never were able to leave again. It was and then it just grew upon when we had children, it was a game changer, because we don't have family here. And so having that sense of community and friends that kind of absolutely has been, and it's huge. It's different. I've been trying to recruit. Apparently I'm not doing a good job at it because they're still not here.
Don't do it. My mom did that, and then we really recruited.
Oh, come on.
I hope she's not listening.
Why did you invite the whole family here, Mom?
So I love that both of you are business owners. You are not from Ocean Springs, but you have decided to invest back into Ocean Springs. Tell us what it's a little bit about, being a business owner in Ocean Springs, and Cathy.
All right. Well, I have to say the Mary C has been part of that. I used to take care of my great aunt, and kind of my story is that she was in her 90s and fell and had a hip fracture, and I was like, physical therapy, let's go, we're pumping. She was very amble and able to do things and lively, very spry, and
very wise.
Very, very wise. Very wise. And 2 weeks later I lost her. And it was why did that happen? So I was teaching these classes with the active adults at the Y, and I, they know me. We're all very friendly. And I said, my great aunt passed away, and I, take care of her, whatever. I said, I don't know how it happened. And all of a sudden they just started telling me like, oh, I worry about that. This is my biggest fear. I can't get to the floor. I can't get here. I can't do this. I can't. Yeah. I'm like, wait, hold on. So I just started taking notes. Like they would just start complaining to me, and I wrote a class, and this is what has come of it. Mm-hmm. I didn't know I was onto something until I delivered the first class, and the amount of people that increased their ability to balance went up significantly. Mm. And that opened my eyes, because if you don't have balance, your longevity by studies shows that it's significantly decreased. Wow. And so that was so important to me, to make sure that while we want life longevity, we also want quality. Right. Who wants to sit in a chair their whole life and not be able to get up?
Well, and by the time you retire, if you can't enjoy it, then what the heck's all that for?
Exactly. I want you, traveling the world and doing what you want to do. And so
I need to sign up my grandmother today.
Well, listen, I'm heavily thinking about my mother.
Yeah.
She's gone through a few little things that have it's turned into a way bigger thing. Like plantar fasciitis.
Yes.
Then you can't really walk, then you gain the weight, then your knees start to ache, then suddenly you can't get on the floor and up,
Right.
And how many medications do you get? And how many shots do you get? And how many?
Oh, God. And I had to watch her get one of those shots one time. I was not the person to take to that.
But yeah, my grandmother is 75. You're welcome for letting me tell everybody.
Uh-huh. You might be in trouble.
She'll be okay.
75 years young.
She's 75.
Right.
She just retired for the second time from Keesler. And she just sits at home. Yeah. And so, when she was getting ready to retire, I was very much like, gosh, going to work, that makes her get out of the house.
Yeah.
She has to go and she talks to people and blah, blah, blah. So now, she comes over sometimes and she'll spend a few nights, and I make her play with my son because, got to keep up with a 4-year-old just to keep her active. But yeah, she definitely needs something like that.
I love the videos you send me of them dancing together.
They dance. I make them play. Yep.
I love that. I love that.
Just to keep her active.
It is. It's important. And when we see this transition from working actively, you nailed it with its structure. The routine is lost. There's all this freedom. And what do we do with freedom? Nothing, because we're too free. And so building kind of a routine of getting back to being active and doing something. And, I'm not just a personal trainer. That's kind of the title and the certification. But, really I focus on people's lives. Like I have a client who came to me after a knee replacement, and he wanted to run. Okay, I will get you running. I don't want you to run because you have a knee replacement. However, at 73, who am I to judge? If you want to run, I will help you get there. And and we are running. I have, one that wants to get on a bicycle. Mm-hmm. I will help you. We will build balance, and we will get you there. And that person still owes me a bike ride. I'm just saying. But
I thought he owed you money. And I was like, this is
absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, but I try to regain the confidence that they had when they were younger and show them that it's still possible. When somebody gets into warrior pose, I'm a yoga instructor as well, so I do some yoga and I'll get them into warrior pose, and I've had women cry and say, I haven't been able to get to this pose in years. I didn't know I had it. That's regaining confidence, so now they can do something else, you know. So it's living a full life, and that's what I'm about, is living your whole life healthy and happy.
It worries me. My grandmother, we don't share a birthday, but I'm August 3rd. She's August 4th. I was supposed to be born on her birthday.
Shared enough, right?
Connected.
We're very connected. And it worries me. She gets tired just by going to Walmart. She's like, I got it. I'm like, we just went to Walmart. We got a whole list of places we have to go. That's right. But she's tired. And it's she wants to travel. And then you have to think about well, if we travel, we're not going to just sit. We're not spending all this money for you to sit in the hotel room, play solitaire on your tablet, because that's a thing.
That's a thing.
And you sit in the dark. You have to go out. And so we have to make accommodations, which is fine. She's my grandmother. Yeah. And we want her to be there, but I would rather her enjoy it a little bit more, enjoy the experience.
Well, and how many times are they not going to go because they don't want you to make an accommodation?
Right.
You know, they start to limit themselves because they lose the confidence. I don't want to be out in public because what if, like the person I was talking about, they don't want to get on a bike because what if they fall?
Right.
What that they've heard, the bad things. So that's the kind of confidence I want us, bring back to people, because they have a whole life, still here, and we're, we want them in our community. I call them wise because they are. These are the founders of our community, and they have so much knowledge. If I told you some of my clients, you would be like, holy mackerel. Like, we're talking like, one of them, the mother was a pilot in World War II, y'all. A woman pilot, and her daughter is my client. Like that, those stories are important, and these are the people that build our community.
And you can't even get to those stories because they don't feel good.
Right.
That's all they're thinking. Right. That it shuts your personality down when you don't feel
But
well.
imagine if they'd share it, imagine if they'd come out, that's why I love comeback coolers too, not to, segue to that, but we do 0 to 99. It doesn't matter how old you are. Come decorate a cooler. Come out. You have something to give in this community. And I really work with my clients in my studio to do that, to find what it is that makes your heart sing, and to give back, give out, go out, be out. Do whatever it is that makes you happy, because it's still important. There's still value. And I think a lot of times they don't feel that.
I love that you're very passionate about it.
Super passionate.
So Roxy, tell us what you're passionate about.
Sorry, Roxy. I'm super passionate.
I love it. I love it.
And maybe on top of that, like with your client relationships,
Yes. I mean, I'm lucky because I do get to do a lot of different things, which I think suits my personality well. And so I get to be passionate in different sectors of, I say real estate because I feel like it's the umbrella. But I mean, for me to, I think, even like get up every day, I've got to have some type of creative like energy and something going that inspires me. And that's what I'm passionate about. But I think creating experiences for other people and using like my creativity for that outlet is really fulfilling, and that's been so wonderful in finding like hospitality, because it is certainly an outlet for that. We every day get to create experiences and be part of memories for people that like, we could be part of their wedding or part of like their engagement or part of like all of these special moments in their life that they'll remember forever. And so having that opportunity to enhance that experience and get like, involved and create a space that someone can have that moment is really an incredible feeling for us. And so I've been very thankful that I could every day be able to keep doing that, and it changes constantly. And so that's the nice part, because we are also in property management long term, and it's just very different. And getting into the hospitality side, realizing like it's just constantly, there's people new coming in every single day, and it's always changing. And so I think the speed of that I kind of enjoy because it's like nonstop. Like, and we have an awesome team. So and thankful that I get to surround myself. I know Daphne and Melissa on the marketing side, and like Mike's joined our team on the marketing side. And so that is my side of the business the most that I get to work on. And I couldn't be more like happy with the team that we've created, because we all kind of feed off of each other's energy. And so it's been really fun. And the development side gives you that too. And so we've started now to do more of that. And like just creating the ideas for the collective has been a really cool journey. And
so tell us a little bit more about people that don't know about the collective.
So the collective is on Porter, and currently we have our office in the Seaside Fitness is built and the garden is underway. The part that I think is really going to activate the site is when we get the next building built, which is going to be the bookstore. Alex and Kumi that have Vestige are coming over to do another restaurant concept.
That's very cool.
So yeah, we're pumped about that. I couldn't believe with one of our kind of drivers when we have been doing the different things that we've done throughout the community is kind of what's missing. And I was really, that's why we opened the inn, because out of the gate, that was in 2009, I was really surprised there was nowhere to stay right in downtown. So like when we moved here, there was literally not one place that you could stay like on Washington. And there were some that were kind of in downtown, but not on Washington. And so it was like, I never intended it to grow into as many hotels as we have now. Like we were just going to have 2-room bed and breakfast.
Obviously.
That was the plan. And so we did that, but it was like, we need this. Like I want to share this really cool magical community with other people. And so we started the bed and breakfast.
But not let them move here.
You had to go.
Don't tell the real estate side that. But yeah, it's
really expensive. I'm kidding.
Sales agents are like, no. But that was kind of with the collective when we started really thinking about it. We were like, there's no independent bookstore in Ocean Springs. And it just seems like a community that should have that. And that's such a good platform for creative people to come together. And the fact that we didn't have one. And then the Denizens, we had put something out in social media.
Just about to mention them.
Yes. We like went on a fact-finding mission and went to a bunch of bookstores all over the place that were within like 6 to 7 hours and had posted some stuff on social media. It was a really fun trip.
That's a research
and
trip.
I know, it was great. And Heather or Dave, one of them, reached out and we're like, wait, are y'all opening a bookstore? We're like, well, we're not, but we want to build one. And we would love you to do it. So that kind of like seed was planted, and it's grown into now they'll be the bookstore operators.
And those collaborations are with really amazing people who are just as invested in the community as you guys. So that's a good way to feed and inspire what you're already doing. I love it.
That's really, I think, been my like the specialist thing about Ocean Springs is to realize like there's a lot of talented, skilled, creative leaders. Yeah. And I mean, I'm sure other communities have it, but like I feel like it's just so many here. And like the more we do, the more I meet and learn and find new people. And that is what makes it all worth it, because it's just fun to be around people like that.
I keep hearing you say is how thankful you are. And that is the most beautiful part of life, is when you're living your life and you feel blessed. You are thankful for what you're doing every day. That means you're moving somewhere, you've got somewhere to go, you've got the people to support you. The fact that you built your team here is really impressive. Could you give us a little bit more on that? Because that's not easy.
It's very hard. And our company's grown a lot in the last year. We are just another hotel that we're in the midst of renovating, Gulf Hills Hotel, and that really kind of changed the entire scope of our hotel side of the business. And I mean, I mentioned a couple names, and I really should mention a lot of names, because we have some core group. We have someone that's about to be with our company for 10 years. And we've got a couple others with 9 years. These are employees, but I mean, they're like, they're our team. Like these are the people that have
become your employee though. Did you subcontract with them? Did you partner together, or was it always under y'all's business?
So we, it's kind of grown. Like we started off with more just the real estate company. So some of the people that have been with our company longer, they came on as employees. Jim, who's about to be 10 years with our company, is a friend of my husband's, and they had moved to Ocean Springs and kind of started working with Rain, and he has done all kinds of different things with the company. He's bounced around quite a bit. I'm glad he's hung in there with us, because we've moved a lot or changed things a lot.
It's got to be that way until you find your rhythm, you know?
Absolutely. And so, but yeah, they've been employees, but I think of them as more than that. So it feels like more like we're all this team and partners.
Well, what happens when y'all don't agree? We like to talk about the nitty gritty.
I actually like to not agree. I mean, I think it's a good thing. Me and my husband don't agree on most things. So, but I think it's
Let's talk more about this.
But I think it's healthy, because like if you can talk through that and like work through whatever the disagreement is, you're going to land in a better place in the end. And I mean, certainly I don't like to be wrong, but but it happens a lot. And so, but yeah, no, I think that we've got we have a dynamic group, and our like team is very different. We do bring different skill sets to the table. And so I think that's what's made our company strong, is that we don't think alike at all. Like we've got a really, I'm on the creative side. Ted's going to be more on the operational side. Jim is like on the back end on like bookkeeping. So like everybody brings these different skill sets to the table. Our sales team is the same way. We've got a really great group of sales agents that I had worked in a bigger company when I was in Florida with Remax, like 110 agents. And so like came over here and had started a brokerage for another company. And one of the things I realized is real estate can have drama come along with it. I was determined to be in an office that I love to come to every day, and that we all got along, and that it was a place that I felt comfortable and I wanted to be, and I wanted to see every one of their faces. Like I didn't want to come in and like want to avoid somebody. And so it's been incredible because we we have ended up with this like core group of agents that we all like, we want to be friends. Like we hang out after meetings for hours. We did it yesterday at the collective market, which I would like to tell people to come to.
Do it.
The farmers market. But it's just nice because we have created just a team of people that really enjoy being around each other. So
Well, give us a tidbit about this market real quick.
so the farmers market is on Wednesdays. It is just an extension. Diane had reached out, and this was really, I've kind of bounced around. I don't know if I ever got to my point on what the collective is, but sorry about that.
Cool.
It's cool.
One of my issues. But our, goal in the collective is always to be like a place where the community could come and have like an outlet to do things like the markets. It was perfect when Diane reached out and was like, we're outgrowing the Saturday farmers market. We need more, we want to add another day. Some of the farmers can't do Saturday because they have a farmers market in another place that they can't accommodate that day of the week. Or she's pretty good about like not having too many of the same. And, she does a good job. She
does a great job.
Absolutely. It's amazing what she does.
Who is this? Who are we talking about?
Diane, what's her last name? She runs the farmers market for Saturday. I should say Fresh Market is the actual name, but it's for all the farmers.
At the depot, you guys?
At Ocean Springs Depot. So she reached out and they needed another space, like they wanted to do a second market. And I was thrilled because it was a little early for us because we are not finished with construction even now. But I was like, hey, if y'all are okay with kind of working through this with us, like let's do it. And so we had provided the space for them, and we've added, like we have live music every Wednesday. It's from 3 to 6. Rain's been sponsoring wine, so we give away free wine.
Okay, I walked by there yesterday and I saw a lot of people in the garden doing things. What were they doing?
So it's ended up just being a really fun community. Like a lot of people just bring their kids and they play. We have chickens.
I saw that. And I was like, what is happening over there? It's
amazing.
Like there's a lawn before you see the building.
You gotta come.
The garden.
Yes.
Well, one day I did kind of sneak over there and shoot around and
anytime
just to take it in, and I was like, what are these spaces?
People
like
walk up all the time.
Yeah.
So that the garden is eventually going, we have a lot of ideas. This is Ted's project more so than mine, but he wants to bring in permaculture into the concept. So right now it's getting a little wild for my taste, but this is all part of the process and I'm learning patience through it. Yes, absolutely. But the garden eventually will be a source of the food for the restaurant when Alex and Kumi do their second concept.
That is
I love it.
Wonderful.
So,
who the heck is going to maintain
I can't wait to promote this for the city.
I know, I'm so excited about it. And then, my daughter wants to sell the overage of produce at the market. And I actually met with him yesterday, who's running the market for Diane. And they want to do like a kids corner and have like vendors for kids, so all of it, we've had the Girl Scouts have come out and help us like with one of our events that we did. So that has always been like my dream that this could be. And so we have a lot of like growing to do, and we have to build the other building and like all of that, but at least I can see it starting.
Take a moment and
it's exciting
what you've done. We don't do that enough.
No, I never do
so
that.
This is what this episode should be about, taking a moment and appreciating where you're at, because all we're thinking about is where we're going and what all we got to do
and what's needed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Cathy, can you tell us a little bit? It's just you don't have a team of people. Do you want a team of people?
I'm not advertising yet, but
have you thought like I want to be able, if I'm sick, for someone to take my place?
I'm growing.
It's
I'm
hard
growing.
to find someone with similar energy.
I can't make any announcements yet, but it's coming. Let me just get through summer with my kids, and you'll see some things coming in the fall.
We will share and support you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I have to say, I started here at the Mary C. I brought my business here to date it, and so I need to give you props because I don't think we really talk about the Mary C. and what an incubator it can be. Coming here and not having overhead, not having to deal with all the payment stuff, and
really try and offer a service that allows you to stick to what your business is about, because that heaviness of the admin work and facility responsibilities.
Oh my gosh, yes, it's overwhelming. And so the ability to do that with you over last fall, because that's really when it started.
Yeah, she was quick. She was a partner for very long, and her business grew
like
crazy. She left it.
It's your fault because y'all redid the floors in January, and that's like the number one month of fitness. And I was like, you're what? It's going to close for January? That's what did it,
But
really.
now the building is so beautiful.
Now
It
it's
smells better,
beautiful.
and it doesn't
It
feel
smells
like you're maybe breathing in something.
Listen, I know, and I'll come back.
that
I want to
carpet.
do some food stuff with y'all. I'll come back because I don't have a kitchen in
would love
mind, and
that.
I'd love to do some natural
Good, because
stuff.
I just fixed a couple pieces of equipment. We need to make that money back in that kitchen.
Fair enough.
That
Fair
lighting
enough.
stuff is
Yeah, I
expensive.
think there's some things that we can do in the kitchen to really get more people in there. But
Yes.
this is really an incubator, and I don't think people give you enough credit and this building enough credit for what it is. You know, everybody knows where the Mary C was. All I had to do was say, "I'm doing classes at the Mary C," and it was
Yeah.
like, "Ding, ding, ding! I know where that is. And
Yes.
It's right here."
Right.
It's our
So-
creative hub, and it's a platform for so many things, and it should be the communities. Like,
Yes.
just the way it's been the last few years with many people like
Yes.
you, bringing a branch of their studio or business
Right.
into the Mary C. It's been, and everyone understanding it's a rotation.
Yeah.
No one room is theirs, and
Right.
everyone's respecting each other and keeping it clean for the next person. And it's been great. Like, knock on wood, like, we have 45 partners,
I know,
and
it's amazing.
the way the partnership works, once you sign an MOU with us and we have a solid discussion about Mama, the Mary C,
Solid.
we're going to take care of Mama. We're not going to do stupid things to Mama, okay?
right. That's
And, they are allowed in the building past,
Right.
office hours. And
Right.
so activities happening all day and
And at
all
night.
night. So
and
it's-
weekends.
and
Yes,
it's been-
we're so easy to
worked.
work with. Yes,
God.
it's working. It's working. And I don't think we give enough credit to how the city has partnered.
Absolutely.
With how the Mary C has grown. So I think it's a great collaborative
Thank
here.
you. We are trying so hard.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit, just real quick, about so Sarah and I both own businesses as well, and I think that's really powerful. And y'all are business owners, and we are always doing a lot, always thinking of what's needed in our community. But how do y'all relieve stress?
Ooh.
How do
I
you
teach
kind of
meditation at my studio once a month.
decompress
Nice.
from thinking constantly? Sarah gets on to me a lot because I don't stop. City's full time. I mean, my phone's blown up in my lap, and I have a 40th birthday party that I'm doing this weekend. Like, it's just constantly going. So how do you decompress and relieve stress and give your mind a break?
Do you want me to start?
Yes.
That's a hard one.
She stares you.
I know. I'm like,
'Cause
I
I'm
have to answer
I'm like,
this.
what are you thinking about
Should
right
I tell
now?
you the truth? Just kidding.
Yes, I want to know the real story.
I mean, I think I could do a better job at it for sure. I know when I get in a better routine of doing yoga. When you said that, I was thinking I had an injury a couple months ago, and I've been saying that I'm going to start doing yoga, and I've used that as an excuse, and now it doesn't work anymore. So, but I know when I do that, it definitely is a game changer. But for me, one thing that I have been consistent with is I am a morning person, and when I wake up early and have my time, and it's not necessarily meditation because I'm not great at that. I have tried on and off throughout the years, and I've just never been able to be consistent with it. But it's something about the quiet in the morning, and I have my routine where
Time
I
with
drink
yourself.
lemon water and then coffee, and just have some moments. I do a tiny bit of yoga, but I don't know if it counts. But it is, I think, those moments where I realize I can be still and I can de-stress, and I think it does a lot. It does more for me than I realize, because when I do allow that to get cut out of my schedule, I can feel the tension because I can't seem to find those moments later in the day. And that's just me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do know that yoga for me is incredible, and it really makes a difference in my life. And I just need to get back into a routine of it.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I said on TikTok, they show
on
you
TikTok.
stretches that releases tension in your joints. And
Will you
things.
send
And
me
it's-
that TikTok? I just got my TikTok going because my husband actually tells me I should watch TikTok, which is funny because he's anti-social media on
I
everything.
kind of am too, even though I have to use it sometimes. But Ray and I, we literally use it to work out, to learn how to work out.
That's, yeah.
Because I go there and I'm so intimidated, and we always mess up things and make
Learn how to
noises.
work out.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But okay, what about you, Cathy?
Well, I teach meditation once a month in my studio, so plug for that. My first Monday evening of the month from 7 to 8. And I think that's a great way. A lot of people don't understand meditation. They think it has to be silent, but I actually do guided meditations.
Like
And so,
breathing exercises.
it's a little bit of breathing, but it's more about a journey. I take you somewhere. And so, and for everybody, it's different.
Where do you go?
Where do you want to go?
Like the rainforest?
Well, like one of my favorite ones is to the beach, because a lot of people can identify that here, but we do it in your mind. And so
But you could,
when
you could literally do it on the beach.
you could do it on the beach with bugs, but this way you can
visualize
We're just thinking about it, okay?
Anyway, meditation's really great, and guided is wonderful because you're not alone, and I think that's very helpful. I don't know, I have 2 children. I have a business. I have a husband and 2 dogs and a house, and I mean, it goes on and on, right? We all have our things and nonprofit stuff that I do, and so it's constant. And I think for women especially, we're all women here sitting at this table, I think we don't give ourselves enough credit, and I think it's important to remember that we cannot do it all.
Yeah.
I just saw Shonda Rhimes did a commencement speech, and she was saying, if you see me at a function, that means I'm failing somewhere else because I'm missing my kids, whatever. Or if I'm here, I'm not there doing that.
You're dropping another ball somewhere.
That's right. You're dropping a ball. And so while we try to use the word balance, it's not really balance. It's just which one needs the most attention, which one's going to get you further in your business or in your personal life, or does that kid really need you tonight? I mean, I've canceled events at the last minute because that kid really needed me, right? Or, showed up I was just at the book signing the other night. Mike had invited me, and so I was like, okay, I'm going to be there. And then it was like, okay, you have 15 minutes to be there because this child needs me. My husband's out of town traveling for work. I can't be in 5 places at one time. My kid has an art lesson over at the 12 Oaks at Face. I mean, we're everywhere and nowhere. And so a lot of times it is taking that breath to say, I understand that this is the trade-off, and being okay with that and being happy with what we have. I think for me, that's the best, and being thankful. I mean, Roxy said it. I am so grateful every day for my clients. I am grateful for the opportunity to have a business, the opportunity to be across the street from my child who has some special needs, that if he needs me in the middle of the day, and my clients, I literally can say, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Let me just go get him. And they'll stay in the studio, and I can go get my child and bring him to me. So those are really big gifts. And when you talk about living in a big city, I'm from Florida, from Orlando area. You can't do that in California. You can't do that.
You do anything quickly.
That's right. It affords us here to be able to walk and go do what we need. I'm 5 minutes from here. We're just so close.
We have a big life because of our small community.
Absolutely. You should trademark that somewhere. I think you need to.
I did it this time.
That's right. It's hers.
That's really Raven. She comes up with all the phrases.
Yeah. Well, that one's good. I like that one. Yeah. So we just have to appreciate it, I think is key. Because if you slow down to appreciate it, you can't think about the stress. You're just appreciating what we have,
We always talk about energy on our show, and if you're providing the right energy, if you're surrounding yourself with the right energy, then you will eventually feel that positivity. But if you do the opposite, you're gonna go down. You're gonna feel the anxiety of the negativity, and I mean, as we get older, we just don't have time for that.
We sure don't.
When you were talking about, dropping the ball somewhere else when you're where you need to be, I was looking at Raven, because we always are going to these events together, and I'll be like, all right, let's have a good time. What you wearing? And she's like, all right. When we get excited about it and we get dressed up and we go, and then I see her face and I'm like, well, I thought we were having a good time. What's wrong? And she's like, oh, well, Benjamin, something happened with him at school today, or and it takes her over, and I feel her wanting to be with him, a lot, and of course, because he's adorable, but But yeah, I don't know. I wanted to say something.
You're about to make me cry.
I know. I love you. But okay, maybe we should wrap up. It is getting a little bit late, and we don't want to run out of our memory card.
The realities of business.
Ladies, thank you for being here today. Is there anything you want to leave, a message to the community, or something that you've got coming up that you want to promote, or just a general statement you would like to make?
Tell us about your favorite thing about Ocean Springs.
Oh gosh, she's always gonna throw that one in there.
Favorite thing about Ocean Springs. Do you have a favorite, Roxy? I don't know. That's a hard one.
It's hard to pinpoint. I mean, I think we've touched on a lot of it, but I think if I had to pick, it would be that it has that underlying artsy vibe that to me makes it just unique and special. So if I had to pick, that would be it. But it's really, really hard because I love the oak trees and I love the beach and I love the people and I love the culture. And,
The vibe.
but yeah, it's a vibe.
Here we are,
but
back
it's
to the vibe.
something that's with that like artsy creative side of it that I think just makes it a little different than other places. I've been in Mississippi for sure. And so something about that I think is special.
Yeah, for sure. How about you, Cathy?
I don't know. I feel like it's family, community. I really do. I'm so blessed that, you know, my child with special needs has an artistic talent and he's welcomed in studios. You know, like he's brought aside Stigs, you know, hey, bring him over. I'll give him a quick lesson. Let me show him some things. Or everywhere we go, it really is a blessing because we don't get that everywhere. I mean, I can't tell you how many gallery studio openings we've been invited to so that he can be part of it. And that's community. That's people who know me, who know our situation, who pour into my kids because they need it, because we don't have family here either. And so we're very far away. And so it's just really a blessing to have the people. That is my favorite. When I walk into a restaurant, or one of my friends, Monica, if you're out there listening, she always says, we go out to lunch once in a while and she'll be like, you know everybody. And I'm like, I know, but I don't know. How do you not know everybody?
Right.
This is my town. These are my people. I mean, I go to a lot of events.
And it's weird. Sometimes I feel like I don't know anybody either.
Right.
Also.
Right. Yeah.
is
You get
nice.
into a new group. Yeah. Right. And then you're like, who are all these people?
Yeah.
I didn't know all these people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. But people is definitely my saving grace here.
Well, thank you guys for pouring your energy into our town and providing a service that only enhances what's growing and developing here. We really appreciate you. We want to continue to collaborate.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, for sure.
Come back over here a little bit because we have a wellness community wellness program starting up, and I think
Do we? Oh, well,
Perfect.
Maybe we could
you know
do
my number.
one of our shows at the Collective.
Oh, that would be so
season
fun.
2.
I would love
We
that.
could be on the road.
yeah.
Oh,
So many ideas.
I love it.
We'll take our bowl.
Yes.
We'll take our roll.
Questions.
You're welcome at my studio as well, even though it's not as swanky. So I know, I understand.
Some
But
exercising going on in the background.
it doesn't even have to be. You can just be there and take up space. It's really fine.
I love it.
All right, you guys. Well, this was episode 8 of City Culture. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Raven.
Thank you for being here.